144 associate degrees, 2,184 bachelors, 702 masters, 10 specialists, 27 doctors of physical therapy, 9 doctors of education, 13 doctors of nursing practice, and 4 psychology doctorate degrees, along with 95 undergrad certificates and 95 graduate certificates. 8 out of 10 Kentucky adults favor court-mandated treatment programs for individuals with first or second drug offenses, according to the latest Kentucky Health Issues poll. Among polled adults, those with more education were more likely to report support of treatment programs, which can be ordered in place or in addition to incarceration. The annual opinion poll of Kentucky adults is funded jointly by the Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky and the Cincinnati-based Interact for Health. "We can't arrest our way out of Kentucky's substance use epidemic," said Ben Chandler. He's the president and CEO of the foundation. "Addiction's a brain disease that often leads to illegal behavior. When that's the case, we have to treat the underlying condition. Otherwise, we wind up arresting over and over individuals whose brains have been altered in a way that increases the chances they'll engage in risky or unlawful behavior again, and we never actually solve the problem," according to Kentucky, with the exception of just a few counties. The cost of treatment, while typically the responsibility of the patient, doesn't have to be a barrier. Federal parity law requires Medicaid and most private health insurance programs to cover treatment for substance use and other mental health disorders. At the same level, they cover treatment for other medical care. For more information, you can go online and search a Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky. The Foundation's annual Howard L. Booth Memorial Health Policy Forum will explore the substance use epidemic in Kentucky, and they'll examine the latest solutions. That forum is coming up in September. The Hart County Fiscal Court will meet this morning at 9 a.m. in the courthouse on the second floor in downtown Monroe, an easement on Dog Creek Road with Robert Byler. They are expected to go into closed session to discuss personnel. Again, that meeting is this morning at 9 a.m. in the courthouse on the second floor in downtown Munfordville. As always, fiscal court meetings are open to the public. Right now it is 6:13 a.m. on this Thursday morning, 66 degrees.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Where's the beef? Well, a ton of it, that's right, 2,000 pounds, is heading to Kentucky food banks, thanks to a donation from the Kentucky Beef Council and the Kentucky Cattlemen's Association. The announcement was made during a press conference on the Capitol grounds yesterday, where Governor Matt Bevin signed a proclamation designating May as Beef Month in Kentucky. Bevin saluted the cattle industry for making the donation, saying it's part of being a Kentuckian. Things we almost take for granted in the terms of the quality of life, the values, the things we hold dear, the fact that we do value the hard work that goes into raising cattle in this case. Kentucky Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles said beef cattle farming is big business in the state. Nearly $750 million goes into the back pocket of Kentucky's hardworking farmers annually. There are 76,000 farms in Kentucky, almost all of them owned by hardworking families, and half of them have beef cattle. He also thanked Kentucky's agricultural community for their support in the ongoing Kentucky Hunger Initiative. For the past couple of years, we have moved the needle on reducing food insecurity in Kentucky. Michael Halligan, CEO of God's Pantry Food Bank, expressed his appreciation to Kentucky's cattle producers, who very humbly behind the scenes support hunger relief efforts every single day. They don't look for glory. They don't look for press releases. They go about their jobs every day very well because they care about the communities they live in and the people they work with. Kentucky beef farmers have more than 2 million head of cattle and annually produce over 606 million pounds of beef, making Kentucky one of Kentucky's top 5 agricultural commodities. And in local 911 activity, 4 motor vehicle accidents with injury yesterday. One early yesterday afternoon on Happy Valley Road, a few minutes later on Cleveland Avenue, and then yesterday evening, motor vehicle accident with injury on the Cumberland Parkway and on East Main Street. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs at 6:16 a.m., 66 degrees.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
It's been another great week to be a Scotty. Congratulations to the GHS academic team consisting of Rajiv Nair, Garrison Page, Mason Reed, and Parker Bannister as they successfully defended their title from last year to win a second consecutive small school national championship this weekend in Chicago. The team cleared the field in a convincing fashion with a perfect 10-0 record in the prelim competition on Saturday and a 6-0 record in the double elimination playoff on Sunday. Meanwhile, the B team, consisting of Daniel Dill, Abrar Rahman, Stratton Kaiser, and Tabby Klein, posted a 6-4 record on Saturday to make the playoffs Sunday and finished with a 7-6, which was good enough for 23rd out of 96 teams in the tournament. Daniel Dill was named to the All-Star team for his individual performance in the tournament on Saturday. Another congratulations to the following TSA members for their accomplishments at the TSA State Conference. Ron Potts, finalist in Dragster Design, Gabe Cowles, finalist in Dragster Design, Taylor Loxton, third place in Flight Endurance, Jansen Dakin and Payne Flat, third place, Architecture Design, Lily Mosley, first place in Photographic Technology, Spencer Applegate and Jasmine Smith, first place in System Control Technology, and also Taylor Loxton will serve as the 2018-2019 State Secretary. Congratulations to the Lady Scotties softball team for their 12-2 victory over Warren Central Monday night and 16-15 win over Russell County on Tuesday. The ladies will host Allen County tonight with the game time starting at 5:15. They will travel to Monroe County on Friday and Taylor County on Saturday. The Scotties defeated Allen County 9-8 Monday night and went on to beat Monroe County 14-4 on Tuesday. They will visit Greenwood tonight, Logan County Friday night, and Franklin Simpson on Saturday. Good luck, Scotties. This has been McKay Bowles for this week's Scotty Report. Shine on, Scotties, and stay true to the blue.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jerry Bloom. 5 people are facing charges after a human trafficking operation was busted in southern Indiana. Clark County Prosecutor Jeremy Mull.
The FBI and local law enforcement agencies were able to gather a significant amount of criminal intelligence on some of these operations, some of these offenders. That's intelligence that will be acted upon.
60 law enforcement agencies and the FBI worked with Clark County hotels to execute an undercover human trafficking sting. As Kentucky remains in a hepatitis A outbreak, officials in Lexington say they have confirmed a case of the virus at an elementary school.
The principal at Mill Creek Elementary School says a member of the school community was diagnosed with hepatitis A. It's unclear if the patient is a student or school employee. Fayette County Commissioner of Health, Dr. Craig Humbaugh.
We're continuing our investigation, but certainly if we find that there are people who are close contacts that have symptoms, then we'll refer them to their medical provider.
So far this outbreak, there have been more than 350 confirmed cases of the virus, with 3 deaths. I'm Haley Hansen.
Add Kentucky to a list of states where someone got sick from eating tainted lettuce. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention yesterday confirmed a case of E. coli in the state, likely from someone who ate romaine lettuce. In all, 25 states across the country have reported at least 1 illness. And be prepared to walk if you're going to Churchill Downs on Oaks and Derby Day if you don't have a parking pass.
They can pay to park at Papa John's Cardinal Stadium. They'll pay $20 per car per day, and they can make the short walk over to the track.
Police and track officials reminding race fans of new traffic, parking, and security measures. I'm Jerry Bloom.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Growth you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us, the People's Bank, working for you.
The only place you need to go for all of your automotive needs is GillyHide.com. Log on to browse our entire inventory of nearly 400 new and pre-owned vehicles. Take a video test drive. See the Carfax Vehicle History Report. Calculate payments. Apply for financing. Get an instant cash offer for your vehicle from Kelley Blue Book. And check out our sales, parts, and service specials. All this with just a click of a mouse.
Safety. South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
Local news time from WCLU is 6:22, and we have 66 degrees. In area funeral announcements this hour, Grace Vincent Hyde, age 97, of Glasgow, died Monday after a long illness. She was born in Brownsville on September the 17th of 1920, the only child of Grace Reed and Roscoe Vincent. After graduating from Brownsville High School in 1938 and from Western Business School in 1940, she moved to Washington, D.C. with her uncle, Congressman Beverly Vincent, and wife Stella, where she worked for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Grace married Gilly T. Hyde in 1946 and soon after moved to Glasgow, where Gilly became the co-owner and eventually the sole owner of Gilly Hyde Ford Lincoln Mercury. Grace and Gilly were married 37 years before his death in 1983. Grace was very active in her church, Glasgow Baptist Church, where she taught Sunday school for over 50 years, worked in Vacation Bible School, and was on numerous committees. She was also an active member of the Glasgow Garden Club, where she held many positions of leadership. Grace's favorite hobby was golf. She played every Tuesday, Ladies' Day, at the Glasgow Country Club. She worked hard at her game, but improvement was difficult to come by. However, she had a great time being on the course with her friends. As a young girl, Grace did not have the opportunity to attend college, so well after her children were grown, she decided to attend classes offered by Western Kentucky University. Being very persistent, after several years, she finally earned her bachelor's degree from Western at the age of 82. She was the oldest graduate in the history of the university. Grace is survived by her 3 children, Beverly Olmstead and husband Jay Olmstead, Michael Hyde, and wife Ann Altman Hyde, and Martha Crosby, the widow of John Crosby. 6 grandchildren, Robert Olmstead, Reed Olmstead, Jonathan Hyde, Emily Dodrill, Mary Lee Gore, and Eliza Drake Cosby. 14 great-grandchildren. The family would like to express its gratitude to the ladies who gave themselves so unselfishly to care for Grace during her final months. Visitation for Grace Vincent Hyde will be Sunday from 2 until 7 p.m. at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home, with funeral services being held Monday at 11 o'clock at the Glasgow Baptist Church. In lieu of flowers, the family suggests that donations in memory of Grace be made to the Calvernia Willis Vincent Scholarship Fund in care of the College Heights Foundation. Envelopes will be available at the funeral home. Marion Hillard Hodges, age 81, of Bonneville, died Wednesday at Hard Memorial Hospital. He was a retired civil service employee, a U.S. Army veteran, and a member of the Campground Methodist Church. He is survived by his wife, Diana Fry Hodges, a son, Todd Hodges, and wife, Belinda of Bonneville. Two daughters, Cindy Fields and husband Tony of Bonneville, and Sarah Dennison and husband Brian of Horse Cave. Grandchildren, Austin Fields and Brittany Hawkins, and Drake and Kay Dennison. Service for Mary and Hillard Hodges will be at 1 p.m. Friday at Seago Funeral Home, with burial to be in the Memory Park Cemetery. Visitation begins at 4 p.m. this afternoon. Leonard David McIntyre, 83, of the Jones's Ridge community in Cumberland County, died Tuesday at the Cumberland County Hospital. He was of the Methodist faith, a farmer, and a sawmill worker. He is survived by his children, Michael McIntyre of Breeding, Denise Anderson, and David McIntyre of Burkesville. His half-brother, Irvin Anderson of Burkesville. 3 grandchildren, Amanda England, Kendra, and Landon McIntyre, and 4 great-grandchildren. Funeral services for Leonard David McIntyre will be Friday at 1 o'clock at the Norris New Funeral Home, buried on the Jones Ridge Cemetery in Cumberland County. Visitation begins today at 4:30 p.m. Erie Odell Wilson, age 84, of Tompkinsville, died Wednesday at Monroe County Medical Center. He was a logger for 75 years. He was in the first class to become a Kentucky certified master logger. He proudly served in the U.S. Army from 1953 to 1955. Erie is survived by 4 daughters, Janice Denton and husband Fowler, Shirley Moody, Sue, and Bradley Wade Wilson, all of Tompkinsville. A brother, Ephraim Wilson of Tompkinsville, and a sister, Sarah Strozen of Wisconsin. 12 grandchildren, 14 great-grandchildren, and 1 great-great-grandchild. Services for Erie Odell Wilson will be at the Oakley Tribble Funeral Home at noon Saturday. Burial in the Wilson Basil Cemetery. Military honors provided by the Glasgow DAV Chapter 20. Visitation is Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock and continuing Saturday. Donations suggested to the Wilson Basil Cemetery. Richard Wayne Pointer, age 73, of Cave City, died Tuesday. He was a farmer and a member of the Savoy Baptist Church. He is survived by 2 sons, Scotty Pointer of Glasgow and Paul Pointer of Cave City. A daughter, Penny Parsons of Cave City. 3 brothers, Bernice Pointer of Indianapolis, Gerald Pointer of Edmonton, and Mitchell Pointer of Savoy. 2 sisters, Nellie Taylor of Savoy and Sue Cross of Knob Lick. 7 grandchildren, Adam Bashang, Christopher and Brandon Pointer, Darrell Parsons, A.J. Berkeley, Jacob Pointer, and Shannon McCarter. 8 great-grandchildren also survive. Service for Richard Wayne Pointer will be at 11 o'clock Saturday morning at the Butler Funeral Home. Burial to be in the Buck Hill Cemetery. Visitation begins at 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon. Deborah Darlene Likens, age 57, of Bowling Green, died Tuesday at her residence. She was a housewife and of the Pentecostal faith. William Wright, Paisley Shannon, Sarah Baker. 1 brother, Randy Gillahan. 3 sisters, Beverly Caldwell, Melba Hardison, and Linda Sharp, and special caregiver Tiffany Hammer, and 2 great-grandchildren. Service for Deborah Darlene Likens will be today at 1 o'clock at Hardy & Sons Bowling Green Chapel. Cremation will follow the service. Shirley Jean Cleary, age 70, of 88, died Tuesday. She was a homemaker and survived by her husband, Wayne Cleary. 2 children, Bonya Scott and Gary Miller, both of 88. Her father, Hayden Capps of Litchfield. 6 grandchildren, Kayla Bird, Darian Bird, Miranda Miller, Caitlin, Zachary, and Kimra Scott, and 4 great-grandchildren. 1 brother, Randy Capps of Louisville. 2 stepsisters, Joyce Cash and Paula Cash of Louisville. Services for Shirley Jean Cleary will be Friday at 2 at Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Summershade Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 3 p.m. Service for Welby Eugene Gross, age 91, of Glasgow, will be Saturday at 1 o'clock at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial is to be in the Happy Valley Memorial Gardens. Military honors provided by Chapter 20 of the Glasgow DAV. Visitation begins Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. Celebration of Life service for Connie Elizabeth Brooks Holmes, age 58, of Glasgow, will be at 6 o'clock on Friday evening at the Avenue Church in Glasgow. Visitation begins at 4 p.m. Friday at the church. Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home is in charge of those arrangements. Funeral services for Glenn D. Billy McCoy, age 89, of 88, will be Friday at 3 at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, burial in the Pleasant Hill Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 4:30. Graveside service for Maydale Whitty Wallace, age 87, of the Randolph community of Metcalfe County and formerly of Hoopeston, Illinois, will be Friday morning at 11 o'clock, with burial to be in the Pleasant Hill Cemetery. Visitation begins at 4 p.m. today at the Butler Funeral Home. Graveside service for Ora E. Moore, age 53, of Glasgow, will be Friday at 11 o'clock at the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Homes in charge. Service for Terry Nickerson, age 64, of Edmonton, will be today at 1 o'clock at Butler Funeral Home, burial to follow in the Foundation Cemetery. Services for Larry Philip Jolly, age 72, of Glasgow, will be today at 1 o'clock at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, burial in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Service for Sally E. Brownfield, age 88, of Glasgow, will be today at 1 o'clock at Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home, burial in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Services for Teresa Lynn Anderson Gilbert, age 58, of Burkesville, will be today at 2 o'clock at the Norris New Funeral Home, burial to be in the Chestnut Grove Cemetery. Services for Charles Wayne Eaton, age 75, of Glasgow, will be today at 3:30 at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, burial in the Bethlehem Cemetery. Service for Barry D. Cook, age 57, of Cedar Springs, will be today at 2 at the Patton Brownsville Chapel, interment to be in the Lambert Cemetery. Service for Mark Allen Horton, age 61, of Cave City, will be today at 1 o'clock at Seagull Funeral Home, burials to be in the Campground Cemetery. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Every year, you really want to give the best gifts to the best mom, yours. But it's not all that easy to do on your own. That's why Jeff's Country Florists and Gifts can step in and help you hit a home run on Mother's Day, Sunday, May 13th. Flowers are at their peak this spring, and the designers at Jeff's have created a number of thoughtful arrangements to make her day in the best way. We'll deliver them locally or around the world, wherever Mom lives. And it's not just flowers. Our gift selection has some new and thoughtful gifts that will touch your heart. Stop into Jeff's Country Florists and Gifts on Scottsville Road in Haywood, or call and talk about it at 678-3575. Make Mother's Day special with the help of Jeff's Country Florists and Gifts.
Barron County Business Supply for all your home office, business, and school supply needs. They've just received another truckload of high-quality scratch and dent furniture at incredible savings. Chairs, desks, cabinets, more savings and more selection.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Products.
6:34 now and 66 degrees at WCLU. Let's turn to local sports. High school softball today. The Glasgow Lady Scotties welcome Allen County Scottsville out to American Legion Park. It's a 5:15 start. You can join Joe Myers and Bruce Tribune on the air live at 5:10 on 1490 WCLU and online at playwclu.com. Other softball games, Barron County travels to Cumberland County for a varsity doubleheader, and Metcalfe County hosts Adair County. In baseball action this afternoon, Glasgow visits Greenwood. Barron County is at home against Clinton County. Caverna entertains Thomas Nelson. Hart County plays at Monroe County. Edmondson County welcomes Russellville. Metcalfe County goes to Taylor County, and Allen County Scottsville is on the road at Logan County. The Barron Bassmasters Benefit Tournament is coming up this Saturday. The entry fee is $25. Registration begins at 4:30 in the morning, and tournament runs from 6 a.m. until 2 p.m., with all the proceeds going to help with medical expenses for John Homie Combs. That's a check of local sports.
All too often, we let the bad deals that we've been handed in life consume us. You know how it is. Things don't go our way. We get angry. If it's bad enough, sometimes we get angry with God. We live with regret. We're always walking around feeling like a victim. But what if we approach life in this fashion? James chapter 1 at verse 2, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. Now, have you thought about this? How different your life would look if you took all the different challenges you found in life as an opportunity to become more godly. You think you'd be happier? You think you'd be more successful? Oh, God knows that you would be. This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
Be our tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like Be Our Tire. On Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Lena Chase Birdwell for Barron County Clerk.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
Well, Ralphie's Fun Center says, let's have some fun, let's have some birthday parties, let's get together and celebrate. Now, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to make some noise. First off, I'm going to sound the 30 gong this morning, the big 3-0. That's not enough noise. Hold on. It's the 30 gong today for Brian Cheeley. That's right, Brian Cheeley is 30 today. How about the 40 gong? Going out to Scotty Carnes. Happy 40th birthday to Scotty Carnes. And we have the 50th birthday, the big 5-0, for Jim Reed. Happy 50th birthday to Jim Reed today. Now, let me get to some other fine folks. Sloan Smith is 5. Geraldine Taylor with a birthday. Tom Walbert, Sheila Hogue, Catherine Bagby, Dale Morgan, Bill Anderson. Bill's got a pair of 5s on the table at 55. Dana Reagan has a birthday today. Miss Sydney Woosley. Miss Sydney is hard to believe she is 9 today. A big congratulations. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online is WCLUradio.com. 639-21 till.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Hi, I'm Helena Chase Birdwell. I was raised right here in Barron County, and generations of my roots grow deep here. I have spent my career serving people in local, state, and federal government offices, and I want to continue that by serving you, the people of Barron County, as your next Barron County clerk. If elected, I will bring fresh ideas to the office while continuing the excellent work the office already does. On May 22nd, I need your support. Vote Helena Chase Birdwell for Barron County Clerk.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
640 at WCLU. Coming up on Saturday, the opportunity to help out the Barron County Band as they host their spring mattress sale from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. at the Trojan Academy Gym. Quality beds up to 50% off retail. State employees also get an additional 10% off of their purchase. Every penny goes to the Barron County Band. That is Saturday from 10 until 5. Also coming up on Sunday, the Glasgow Music Hall invites all music lovers to attend a very special event. This is a piano concert by Nathaniel Moe and Ethan James McCollum. It's at 2 o'clock at the Glasgow Baptist Church. Nathaniel Moe is a Bowling Green native and graduate student at the University of Louisville School of Music. And Ethan James McCollum earned his master's degree in piano and performance and choral conducting. It's a free event sponsored by the Glasgow Barron County Tourism Commission. And I think folks are going to really be impressed with the quality of talent, musically speaking, around here for sure. 66 degrees. We are on the air with the archives. We learn about our past. We plan for the future. We take all this information and put it to good use. And we wouldn't have this information without the fine archivists to do the digging over at the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center that we enjoy interacting with and enjoy their fine work. We just kind of get to reap the harvest. Also brought to you by Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services, and the Tony Hogan Health Clinic. Got allergy issues? Tony and his staff can help you deal with it.
One of the realities of old man winter is things need repairing. But when spring comes, don't be in a rush to get your agricultural or industrial equipment back up and running. Call Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services today and get those repairs done before spring. And even if you have a smaller operation or you just need some odds and ends for your home repairs, Joseph A. Wade is here to meet those needs as well. Joseph A. Wade is located on Industrial Drive in Glasgow, family owned and operated since 1985, a Right Tool distributor.
You can feel the difference at Tony Hogan Health Clinic. Tony goes above and beyond when it comes to your health care, from opening early at 7:30 to giving his personal number to patients, just in case.
This is nurse practitioner Tony Hogan. If you're already a patient, I want to thank you. If you're not, give me an opportunity to show you the difference. I truly care about your health and well-being.
Call me, Mandy, at Tony Hogan Health Clinic, and let's get you set up with an appointment. 651-6707, or come by at the corner of North Race and Cherry Streets in Glasgow.
Well, you know, that's the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center. They got a lot of things that are going on, and coming up on the 19th day of May for Armed Forces Day, there's going to be a Vietnam War commemoration down there. I know that they are planning a big event for the Vietnam War commemoration. Armed Forces Day, a fabulous piece of our community.
Absolutely.
It is the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center. And you know, I think that one of the neat things that we have right here is that a couple of public service announcements just to throw out there.
Okay.
Just a couple of things to think about. Looking for something to do with your out-of-town guests? All right. Let's go 100 years and see what we have in the archives here on the 18th, in the, sorry, in 1918 is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Here we go, 100 years worth of history. This is in the Glasgow Republican. Among the successful candidates of the Officers Training School last week was John E. Richardson. Not many towns the size of Glasgow can say as much. Glasgow is now represented in the military by 1 major, 4 captains, 4 lieutenants in active service, and 1 lieutenant in the Navy. You think we are doing our share in 1918?
I would say so.
In World War I? And they just keep on cranking them out, being successful candidates. This is 1928. I don't know what to make of this, but it's just folks can't get along, and that's not a new development.
Yeah, no joke.
Let's go back to 1928. And this is in the Glasgow Republican, and it's a story that was written up as follows. An unfortunate scrap, which came near resulting seriously, occurred in Tompkinsville Monday evening. County Attorney Sam Robinson, County Attorney Sam Robinson has a store in Tompkinsville in which Mr. Jim Norman works. Well, Monday night being the close of the month, Mr. Robinson came in to have a balance and for the month, and while he and Mr. Norman were arguing at some point, Mr. Ed Richardson, the agent for the Glasgow Oil and Refining Company, came in and entered into an argument when Mr. Norman gave him a hard slap.
What?
Mr. Richardson then drew his knife and cut Norman's eye.
Stop! That's not funny.
cut Norman's eye so bad it had to be taken out.
Oh, my gosh.
And otherwise cut Norman. Norman's son came in about this time and, taking his father's part, grabbed a stick and struck Richardson with a terrible blow. According to reports, had it not been for Mountain Dew, the trouble would not have come up.
They got enough. You poke some guy or cut some guy's eye out over Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Well, no, I think that was the feel no pain doing it part.
Oh, okay.
And so the writer writes, the last sentence here in the story is, can people never learn to control themselves? So the way I look at it is right here, this one fella here, this guy worked at the store, and the owner says, well, we're coming up short.
Mm-hmm.
So they got in a fight.
Right.
And so in doing so, Mr. Norman was the worker and slapped the owner.
There you go.
So the owner drew his knife and cut the worker's eye out.
That's ridiculous.
It is. And then the worker's son came in and struck Richardson with a terrible blow. It wouldn't have happened if it hadn't been, what is it? They call it that good old Mountain Dew, and them that refuse it are few. Anyway,
Lord
that was in 1928.
There's another song I've never heard of.
That's right. That's it. You can hush up your mug if you just grab a jug of that good old Fountain Dew. I'm sorry.
Is that even true?
It is true. I don't know.
It is true. I don't know.
If it was on key, you'd recognize it.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know.
Here we are in 1938. This was the, let me get the publication right here. This was the Glasgow Times, and I guess they needed a little bit of a filler here in 1938. So they had a little public service announcement here from 1938.
Okay.
But it's, you think about it, it's kind of groundbreaking here. And the story reads, for health and success, eat less and breathe more, less and practice more.
Ain't that it?
And that's, 1938. I guess we could throw in, and don't poke people in the eye with a knife more.
I'm saying that that should just be like a standard.
1938, that was. Needed just a few more column inches there, so we have these things to think about.
There you go.
1948, this was the day, well, I got the wrong thing marked right here. 1948, 5 residents of Wayne and Clinton counties who were injured in a tornado which struck the Alpha Sumter community near the Kentucky-Tennessee line on Sunday morning were treated at Sampson Community Hospital this week. The injured, who were among 40 injured and 4 killed when the twister hit the Davis Chapel Church, including William Denny, age 48. His wife was killed when their home was blown away. Darrell Perdue, age 15. Edith Guffey, age 16. Kenneth Smith, age 18. And John H. Lewis, 14. Is that not tragic?
It is tragic.
This is over in Clinton County and in Wayne County when a tornado comes through on Sunday morning and strikes a community, including a church. And this one fella, William Denny, was at the church. His wife died when Mr. Denny's home was blown away. And then we've got a 15, 16, 18, and 14-year-old who died.
Terrible.
1948. That just goes to show you. Of course, in 1948, we didn't have sirens. We didn't have, tornado warnings that we could broadcast. We didn't really have any way to broadcast.
Right.
So now that we have all these things, the potential hasn't changed any since 1948.
Right.
You just got to pay more attention. All right, 1958, here we go. This story in the Republican. Dr. C.T. Woodward is flying to Chicago today, where he will attend a special seminar on low back conditions, dealing more specifically with the correction and management of the slipped and ruptured disc. This is a course of study for regular care directors given by Dr. E.M.B. In your net, specialist in the chiropractic field of low back conditions. Dr. Woodward will return to his office on Monday, May the 5th, so, he's just gone long enough to learn some stuff about what low back conditions, which certainly still need lots of attention.
Oh, yes.
1968 this day, Barron County Sheriff Wilson Dyer and Deputy Can Pointer Friday morning destroyed a moonshine still in a dense thicket off of Happy Valley Road, only a mile from the city limits. I remember Mr. Sheriff Wilson Dyer and Deputy Ken Pointer, and they were a couple of fellows who just kind of went around and got business done, as the Sheriff's Department would do, and that's 1968. It seems like the writer here says, hey, can you believe it? What's happening to our area, because this one was only a mile from the city limits.
Yeah, there you go.
Guess they hadn't found them right in the middle of town yet.
I mean, look, they were already cutting people's eyes out in the middle of town.
That's
I
right.
want to hear that.
This day in 1978, the ambulance service tax referendum was postponed. Now, I remember in 1978 as a young reporter covering the actual tax referendum vote, and it lost. And I never will get over the look on Mike Swift's face.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of that depends on, if you've ever had to dial 911 and you've needed an ambulance for you or a family member, then I think that most certainly would impact how you would vote on that.
But the character part of it is that even though that was a vote that was a sad result for a lot of people, including Mike Swift.
Oh, yeah.
He never lost a minute's sleep in his productivity as the guy who ran the ambulance service.
You're right.
He just got up and did it the next day. Well, they've spoken, I'm going to do it.
People just don't like the T word.
I guess that's right.
But, I mean, we still have the lowest taxes from anybody around, so.
True. 1988, this was a story in the Glasgow Times, and it's headlined Military Notes.
Okay.
Private Christopher L. Jeffries, Captain Donald L. Plumley, and Air Force Airman First Class Lisa C. Deckard are all mentioned in the military notes here in 1988. More reasons to be proud there, going back to the beginning of the century with these people who were becoming officers and the young folks fighting back in 88. 1998, Angela, Heart to Change the World. That's the musical play being presented at the First United Methodist Church here in 1998. A neat title, Heart to Change the World. And in 2008, it was 10 years ago, this was a headline, it was a sports headline. The Lady Scotty tennis team captured their second win of the season with a 6-3 win over Monroe County. It's a part of history.
It is a part of history.
It's the way it happens. It's the way we were. And, it explains a few things except for that, knife in the eye thing.
This can't be cutting people's eyes out. Good Lord.
That hadn't been explained yet.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the way the archives are. Thank you so much to the folks who do the digging, and thank you so much to the folks at Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services and the Tony Hogan Health Clinic for appreciating our history, so much so that they sponsor the archives and all of the tradition we have. And we'll redo this deal tomorrow if y'all will come on back.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
We're kicking off Let's Talk Barron County. People have an opportunity to ask questions, voice concerns. Together, we can find the answers right here. You just need to let people speak. Allen County has a higher median income per family than Barron County, but we have more resources. I believe together we can move this thing forward. That's what I want to do as your next Barron County Judge Executive. Let's Talk Barron County. Thursday, May the 3rd at 7:30 p.m. on WCLU, EPB6, and Facebook Live.
Face of Pedigo Lessenberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
County. We have a requested person of the day today, and it's Hunter Caldwell. Now, if you see Hunter Caldwell around town today, you pat him on the back and tell him he's good as gold. He was nominated to be good as gold. He's going to be 19 this weekend, and the person who nominated Hunter Caldwell makes a note here that this is his birthday and it's his graduation year. And I would certainly venture to say that Mr. Hunter Caldwell has a big weekend coming up and a big several weeks coming up. So if you happen to see him around, you be sure to pat him on the back, wish him a happy 19th birthday coming up this weekend, and let him know he's good as gold. From WCLU and a little taste of Texas. And we really appreciate the folks who take advantage of being able to nominate people for good as gold online. Just simply go to WCLUradio.com and you'll see how to submit it right there.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by South Central Bank.
Some of the greatest destinations are within arm's reach, which is why South Central Bank's Green Tree Travel Club is arranging a trip to My Old Kentucky Home and My Old Kentucky Dinner Train. Save the date of May 31st. That's when the Green Tree Travel Club will have a most enjoyable journey to Bardstown, Kentucky, and a visit to this historic 200-year-old mansion that is Kentucky. Also an excursion on My Old Kentucky Dinner Train. 3 dining cars set up for exquisite fine dining as the train travels along the 29-mile track. The cost for Green Tree Travel Club members is just $116 per person, $145 per person for non-members. Call the RSVP line today to get on board, 888-651-7466. May 31st, travel to My Old Kentucky Home and My Old Kentucky Dinner Train in Bardstown, another travel treasure from the Green Tree Travel Club at South Central Bank, member FDIC.
Watching showers, thunderstorms riding on the west and northern edge of a ridge of high pressure. So where that weakness is where the rain is for now. And what's that mean for us? Well, we're going to stay dry through today, tonight. It's by tomorrow morning some of those storms may start to creep in, and then maybe more coming in as we look ahead toward tomorrow night and Saturday. So this week, the forecast for the Kentucky Derby has been kind of back and forth, and now we're back to a chance of maybe a little bit of rain for Saturday. So I'll have to keep an eye on that pretty closely, as here in and around town a chance for rain, maybe a little bit less of a chance as you head north. A few clouds this morning and mild, a few clouds at sunshine this afternoon and warm 85. Tonight, more clouds gathering 67. Now, tomorrow morning may need a few extra minutes if the storms get in here. The forecast to be some scattered storms around and a good chance of it. Cloudy in the afternoon, 82. Then we'll start to see a little rain come in tomorrow night into Saturday. Should dry out by Sunday. Saturday's highs upper 60s, clouds and sunshine Sunday, highs upper 70s, and I think another dry run of weather is beginning Sunday and could last through the middle of next week. I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, a Weather Channel, WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. It's got a nice feel to it out there today. Humidity at, let's see, what is the humidity? I was looking at the other notice of information right here. 78% humidity. 30-13 is the pressure. Southeast winds at 5 miles an hour. And we are waking up right now with a temperature reading of 66 degrees. Weather brought to you by your friends at South Central Bank. You know, Jim.
Growth begins with an idea.
At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your idea...
Log on to browse our entire inventory of nearly 400 new and pre-owned vehicles. Take a video test drive. See the Carfax Vehicle History Report. Calculate payments. Apply for financing. Get an instant cash offer for your vehicle from Kelley Blue Book. And check out our sales, parts, and service specials. All this with just a click of a mouse.
Gong again here, and it's a biggie. First, I'm going to finish writing. I just now got off the phone getting this information here. Miss Willie Agers is 100 today. That seems like not such a big bang for a centenarian, but it is true that Miss Willie Agers is 100 today. We want to be sure to get her on the radio and hope that she has a wonderful 100th birthday. Coming right back, we've got, let's see, what do we have? We have trivia coming up and the 7 o'clock morning edition, so there's lots to do.
Uh-oh, it's official. I'm retiring next week.
Well, that's a good thing as long as you've been preparing for it.
But I'm not ready. I kept saying I'll get around to it.
Hello, I'm Anthony Mite, your local Modern Woodman financial representative. Don't be like Miss I'll get around to it. Call me today at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through MWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
Shut that window! We can't afford to heat the whole neighborhood. You ever said that to someone in your house? Smith Siding in Glasgow would love to show you how much heat the neighborhood gets even with your old leaky and inefficient windows shut. And how much better their vinyl replacement windows insulate against outside cold air. Plus, they're easy to clean and bring new life to the appearance of your home. Randall and Shane Smith would love to talk to you about windows. In business for 44 years, we get it right. 651-1009. Great reputation in Southern Kentucky. In fact, insurance companies depend on Smith Siding as a reliable contractor. You can too. Have Shane and Randall Smith look at your situation and start the process. In business for 44 years, we get it right. Smith Siding, 109 Ensminger Drive, behind Dairy Queen.
This is Freddie Joe Wilkerson, inviting you to tune in Thursday, May the 3rd at 7:30 p.m. on WCLU, EPB6, and Facebook Live for a new program we're calling Let's Talk Marion County. This week's episode will be covering the topics of veterans assistance, affordable housing, and promoting Marion County abroad. I truly believe we can move our community forward if we just sit down and talk about it. Let's Talk Marion County, Thursday, May the 3rd at 7:30 p.m.
Paid for by candidate Freddie Joe Wilkerson for Barron County Judge Executive.
Let's play trivia. Long John Silver's A&W All-American Foods is certainly, well, let's see, how do I say this? Certainly looking forward to you coming out there. Some big announcements, some big information out there at Long John's A&W that we need to tell you about. Tomorrow is going to be Crab Cake Friday. That's right. Crab cakes, 99 cents. You know, we just got done introducing the fish taco on Tuesdays, Taco Tuesday, for 99 cents. Well, tomorrow it's crab cakes, just 99 cents. The big deal is going to be Sunday. Not that the other two aren't big deals, but you know, this is a big change and a big deal. And chicken all day long for $8.99. Actually, I shouldn't say all day long. I believe it's like 11 until, I don't know what time it stops. I've got it written down there. I got a lot of notes from Mark Coates. I want to get the important thing, A and W. Okay, here we go with the trivia contest for today. In the movie The Big Chill, 7 college friends come together for the funeral of one of their classmates. What hit song features prominently during the service honoring him? It was a big deal. The Big Chill, a big movie. 7 college friends came together for the funeral of one of their classmates. What is the song that is featured prominently during the service that honors the classmate? Trivia.
Heard it through the grapevine.
No, it's not right, but a good thought. It's The Big Chill, and it's pretty neat. It's it's one of those movies that you saw it and you thought about it. So what was that song?
Would it be Days of Wine and Roses?
No, that's not right. Good song though. Trivia.
Joy to the World?
No. What was the song, a hit song that was introduced as a part of during the funeral service in The Big Chill? Hello, Trivia.
You can't always get what you want.
Well, you know what? That's true. And that's the name of the song. And first of all, who is this speaking?
This is Melanie Watson.
What are you doing, Melanie?
Well, I'm just waiting for trivia.
Yeah, so did you go see The Big Chill, did you?
It's been a long time, but yes, I think I've seen it.
So, do you remember? Here, I'll give you a little bit of it.
Reception. A glass of wine in her hand. I knew she was going.
Okay, we're fixing to come up here with the hook, Melanie. Stand by.
All righty.
At her feet was
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you might find you get what you need.
So there it is, the Rolling Stones, and you can't always get what you want. But sometimes you get what you need, Melanie.
There you go.
And maybe you need fish and more.
I do.
Because you've got it. The Big Chill. When my brother-in-law was down in basic training down in camp down in Paris Island, I think it was. We went over to that house where it was filmed over in Beaufort, South Carolina. Where the movie was filmed. It's a pretty neat looking place. A lot of memories. Was
Costner in that movie, and did they cut his part? Wasn't he the guy who passed away?
Well, you're asking too hard of trivia questions. Because that was 1983.
Right.
I was a whole lot younger.
Well, so was I.
I can't remember it all. But anyway, it might be a good reason to go get that out and rent it again and, kind of go back. Because it is a really great movie. You can't always get what you want. Okay, Melanie Watson, we've got you down for trivia as a winner today. And go enjoy dinner at Long John's, okay?
We'll do it.
Bye-bye. It's Melanie Watson. You can't always get what you want. That was played during the funeral in the classic The Big Chill. We'll do more tomorrow if you'll join us here on WCLU. And thanks to Long John's A&W. Don't forget now to make yourself a note. Starting this Sunday, it's all you can eat fish and chicken for $8.99. Wow.
CBS News Update. The latest addition to President Trump's personal legal team makes a stunning announcement, telling Fox News' Sean Hannity Mr. Trump did make a financial contribution to keep a porn star quiet. CBS's Anne-Marie Green.
Rudy Giuliani, one of President Trump's new lawyers, says Mr. Trump paid back lawyer Michael Cohen the $130,000 in hush money he gave to porn star Stormy Daniels. Now, this contradicts the president, who said he didn't know about the payoff. Daniels alleges she had a sexual encounter with the president. He denies the allegation.
Giuliani says the transactions were perfectly legal. Paul Ryan with Common Cause via Skype.
I think Rudy Giuliani thought he was doing Donald Trump a favor, but he really made his legal problems a whole lot worse with his comments.
Ryan says they may prove criminal laws were violated. CBS News has learned White House staffers were shocked at Giuliani's comments. CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Munfordville, W253BN Glasgow. Services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
Be our tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Hi, I'm Helena Chase Birdwell. I was raised right here in Barron County, and generations of my roots grow deep here. I have spent my career serving people in local, state, and federal government offices, and I want to continue that by serving you, the people of Barron County, as your next Barron County clerk. If elected, I will bring fresh ideas to the office while continuing the excellent work the office already does. On May 22nd, I need your support. Vote Helena Chase Birdwell for Barron County Clerk.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good, he'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
714, 66 degrees at WCLU. Ray Stagik says we could have a little bit of some rain moving in here in the next 36 hours or so, but we'll check in with him in a moment. Let's begin the Live and Local 7 o'clock morning edition. First things first, it's our top story at 7, and here is Angela Briggs.
Angela Briggs here with WCLU, and your top story at 7. I've got Barron County PVA Brad Bailey with me this morning. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing?
Way better than I deserved. Do you ever have those days?
Oh, yeah.
Now, you guys are getting ready to have the open inspection period at the PVA's office.
That's true, and the open inspection period is the time of the year that the people can come in and inspect the tax rolls. It's open records, so you can really come in at any time, but this is starting the beginning of an appeal process if you have a problem with your assessment.
Now, are properties assessed annually? Is that something that they do every year?
Yes, we have to assess every property every year, and we have to make a physical inspection of each property once every 4 years.
So now William Mitchell's inspector, and if he goes out and he sees a property maybe has had an addition or has done some work, then the property value could go up.
Right, and if it does, like you're talking about, an addition, or if comparison sale values go up, he may change an assessment, and we have to send out a notice of change to all those people that he might have changed their assessment.
Right. So then if somebody has a change, say that, they assessed it and the person that owns the property thinks, whoa, that's too much, or, they've added too much, what do they need to do? Well,
the open inspection period is the beginning of this process. The first thing they need to do is give me a call at 590-4635 or our office at 651-2026 and talk to William or me, and we'll try to work something out over the phone. But if that's not possible, they can bring in any kind of a document that they believe is a true value of their home, appraisal, and if they've insured it for less than what we have it assessed for, or comparison sales.
So it doesn't have to be like there's not going to be a street fight between them and William Meyer.
No. We have none of that going on.
Right. So if you guys can't come to an agreement, if maybe they say, here's what it's worth, and and you guys can't come to something that everybody is good with, what happens then?
There's an appeal process, and the first level of appeals beyond us will be the local board of appeals. And their task is to come up with a fair cash value. It may be my value, it may be your value, or it may be somewhere in between, higher or lower.
Right.
It's just their job to find the fair cash value. And then if that's not, reasonable or if I have a problem with it, which we're not going to ever have a problem with our local board of appeals, or we're going to do what they say. But if the homeowner or commercial business owner has a problem with it, they can have an appeal to the Kentucky Board of Tax Appeals. And then if that's not agreeable with them, they would go on to the court system for an appeal.
But now most of these things are handled without having to go through all the long process. They're mostly handled. If someone calls you, y'all can most usually come up with agreement.
This is true. When I first became office, the previous assessors were having around 100 appeals a year. We're averaging less than one.